Welcome to your Lumina Twirl baton. Used by professional performers on high-profile stages around the world, this is the world's favorite LED baton for good reason, and you're in good company. There are tons of modes and features, and we can get into those later, but right now I'm going to give you the basics because that's all you really need, and it'll get you started. To turn it on, you simply press the button, and then press the button some more to navigate through the modes. To turn it off, hold past the second blink until it turns off, and when you turn it on again, it'll be in the mode it was in when you turned it off. You can also wirelessly sync the lights by grouping them. First, we're going to turn them off, and from off, you're going to hold the buttons for about 10 seconds. It's going to blink a color showing the battery charge level. That was green, which is fully charged. Red is dead, and it fades in between those two colors. Then it's going to start blinking white after about 10 seconds, and you can let go of the button then. Turn solid white, that means it's grouped. You can also group this to more lights, like you could use another light as a remote control. Super cool feature when someone else is playing with it and you get to control it by doing the same thing to another light. You don't have to hold all the buttons at the same time. They'll group as long as they're still white. Then you press the button once, and they're now synced, and we'll go through the modes together and also turn off and on together. Now, to save battery while they're sleeping, because the radio uses a little bit of power, we turn it off after about 8 hours. So the next day when you go to use your baton, you are going to have to press the button on both ends to turn them on the first time, and then they'll turn off and on together after that. The button presses are the same across all the different baton models, but the charging is a little bit different between the capsule and Vision batons. First, you're going to need to take off the cap in either case. And to do that, you're going to twist the cap, and that can be a little tricky sometimes. In this case, the capsule comes off with the cap, and there are buttons inside the cap that pop into these holes in the tubes. And those buttons, especially when it's new, can be kind of tight. You can kind of see them. When you're trying to twist the cap off, don't squeeze those buttons in place, or it's going to make it harder to get it off, right? So you want to kind of grab the cap in a way that doesn't press the buttons. It also can really help first to grab the tube instead of the shaft, because the tube has a more direct connection and you're not going to be twisting at the connector, and also it's just bigger and easier to grab. And sometimes I'll even use my shirt or some other thing to help grip the cap, give it a little bit more volume for your hand to grip to, and help with popping that off. Once you've got that off, if you've got a capsule light, you're going to want to twist and pop the capsule out of the cap. And the USB charging port is right there on the side, so you can plug it in there to charge. When you put the capsule back in the cap, it is important that it is aligned. The seams should be lined up with the buttons, and there's these two kind of shoulders on the end of the capsule that fit into two little gaps in the cap. If those are not in there and it's turned sideways from there, the cap will still seem to go on, but it won't click into place properly. And if you drop it on its end, it can hammer the cap and the capsule into the tube in a way that can be totally jammed. So make sure that you align that. That's actually really important. For vision props, twist and remove the cap, and the USB jack is in the end and the light unit stays in the tube. It's as simple as that. You don't have to worry about aligning the capsule, obviously, because there's no capsule, but you just put your cap back on and make sure that those buttons are snapped in place. That is really important, not just to prevent the cap from flying off, but because over time, the pressure from those buttons can actually cause stress cracking in the tube. So it's very important to align your cap, align your capsule, put it all together nice and clean, and go find your flow. There are loads more modes and features, and you can find out about them through our support page, linked in the description below, and also your baton comes with our industry-leading lifetime warranty. One of the greatest things about flowtoys, besides their incredible build quality and feel, is our Forever Flow lifetime warranty program and customer service. We really care about your flowtoys lasting you a lifetime and then continuing to serve you as your flow practice evolves and grows over time. So we've developed them to be serviceable and made of modular parts that are easy to replace. This means you can upgrade them, and also if anything fails, you only need to replace that one part. We also have a trade-in policy that gives you 50% credit for any part in any condition returned at any time, so that your investment flowtoys can truly last you a lifetime.